joining with a group that seeks to terminate my employment. Mayor Reno stated as long ago as October 2011 that as soon as he was elected, he was going to get rid of me. Reno has directly threatened me with loss of my job, warning that I needed to change my friends, especially the Murphys. Mr. Reno tried to coerce me to discuss health issues about one of my department heads who he does not like. I refused. I am prohibited from discussing the health records of any city employee, both by the city's confidentiality and conflict of interest agreement and by federal health privacy laws, HIPAA. The second, thank goodness, the second affidavit is much shorter. I, Jim Jolly, being sworn and of lawful age, do state and affirm as follows. My name is Jim Jolly, and my address is 39277 County Road 42, Trinidad, Colorado. I am self-employed. I was sitting with a group of people at Jujo's Bar in Trinidad about a month before the November 2011 city election. John Reno was one of the people at the table. Reno said that as soon as he was elected, he was going to get rid of City Manager Gilda Rubio. I clearly understood that that was his plan at that time, to get rid of Manager Gilda Rubio. I declare that the foregoing is true and correct to the best of my knowledge. Now, with that being the background, I just want to read a very short statement of law. There's many statements of law, as attorneys Beatty and Dawes know, that could be thrown out at a hearing like this tonight, and some would be proper, some would not, but some just have some basics in them that we need to know and we need to hear. This particular statement is made about not particularly you as council person, but a legislator's vote, because we're talking votes here. And the point is that the power of a legislator to vote is not personal to the legislator, but belongs to the people. The legislator has no personal right. The legislator has no personal right to it. The legislator casts his vote as trustee for his constituents, not as prerogative of personal power. I submit to you that both Mayor Reno and Council Member Velasquez have shown that they have a personal interest in getting rid of Mr. Gilda Rubio. It's not that those are supported by the affidavits that you have before you. I submit that Ms. Velasquez has a financial interest. One or many possibilities of financial interest. She knew that he supported the chief, and that she knew that the investigation had been approved by Ed, but she also knew that because of the charter, she couldn't get to the chief if Ed was still there. And there was an obvious financial effect on Ms. Velasquez's business on her after the raid. First, she had criminal charges as a result of the raid. There was the cost of paying for competent and experienced public lawyer to defend her, a fine lawyer. That was new financial needs on her part as a result of Ed's decisions. She lost income as a result of the Gino's license suspension. Future losses could result in the loss of Gino's license and or forced elimination from the license if found guilty. She also could have, if she's found guilty of a felony, the loss of income from her council position as she receives a monthly payment. Those are not great monthly payments. That's not what I'm saying. But they are payments, and that would be economic, some financial interest lost. We've talked about the ethics complaints and whether how they affect this evening. My slant on it is that the complaint has been filed. It has not yet been investigated. The facts in the complaints are fairly simple, and based on the last investigation that this council undertook, can be completed quickly. But there's no question that sitting before you, asking you to vote for or against Ed at a point when he has alleged ethical problems with your behavior, I think anyone can conclude that you might have an edge, or you might really want not to favor him at this time. Just that makes you a prime suspect for not voting whatsoever, just withdrawing yourself from the process. You can do that. You should do it. I believe the law supports the fact that if you proceed and you do have these deficiencies, you do have these facts that exist, and you still move to vote, that there may be some repercussions. So I think it's logically and reasonably, we can conclude that Mr. Reno and Ms. Velasquez's judgment may be affected by the pending ethics charges. They both logically and reasonably have reason to vote against Mr. Del Rubio, no matter that the ethics charges, even if they weren't filed, on the other reasons that we've given you in the affidavits. And I would just suggest that both Mr. Reno and Ms. Velasquez decline to vote tonight, and we'll be watching for what you do. But those are the reasons that support my request that you not vote. Thank you.
Does that conclude your presentation?
It does.
After hearing the presentation by both Mr. Gil, Ed Del Rubio, and Mr. Malone, the next item on the agenda is consideration of the city manager Gil Del Rubio's removal. A motion's in order, either retain or dismiss.
Mr. Mayor, I move that City Manager Gil Del Rubio be removed immediately from his position.
Say it out loud.
Have a second?
Say it out loud.
I'll second that.
Second the motion. Comments? Roll call.
I have.
Go ahead.
I have a comment, please. Our city employees, our community, and our voters are watching what we do tonight. Citizens know that it is no small thing to cast aside a leader and to take away a person's livelihood. Citizens will ask, what was gained by destroying this man? Will citizens trust elected officials whose impulse is to punish? Who will benefit from this action? Citizens will wonder who may be next in line for this appalling treatment. As for me,